everybody. I'm Meg from Mountaineer Mentors, and I'm going to be talking to you today about resume building for college and scholarship. Resume building can be tedious and confusing at times, but it's important to focus on building your resume throughout your high school career in order to get a good understanding of what you're going to be bringing to the table for college applications by the time senior year rolls around. It's okay if you haven't given your resume much thought, or even if you don't know what one is. I'm going to go over with you important considerations in boosting your resume to have a solid academic and extracurricular record to show in time for college applications. So first of all, what is a resume? Your resume is the record of honors, activities, and experiences from your high school career. Your resume can be one file that you put together yourself and use many times for job, scholarship, and college applications, or maybe during the college application process, you'll simply be asked to list aspects of your resume on your application. Building your resume is about assessing your activities and involvement and ensuring that you have the experiences required to be a competitive applicant. This can sound intimidating, but without even knowing it, you're probably already building your resume. Activities you likely participate in, like sports, after-school jobs, clubs, and hobbies, are all great things to list on your resume. These can be your most enjoyable activities and things that you're really passionate about. Even if you might not have a lot to list on your resume right now, that's okay. It's never too late to get involved. By making a plan and setting and fulfilling goals, you can make your resume stand out among a crowd. So why is it important? In the college and scholarship application process, it's often required that you provide a resume or similar information because your actions and accomplishments over 4 years of high school can give the folks reviewing your application a better idea of your values, character, and work ethic. It's one thing to write about leadership and service, but it's far more impressive to have actions that back your words. Your resume may make you stand out or seem like a candidate who's easy to pass up. Ultimately, colleges and universities are looking for passionate, hardworking, community-minded young people who care about improving the world around them. Colleges are looking to recruit students who make their university a better place to be, students who have good values and uphold themselves to high standards. Building your resume works twofold. By doing the work behind resume building, you'll be able to apply for college and maybe even a dream school or a high-level scholarship. But the real-life experience you'll gain from these resume building activities will provide you with experience in professionalism, organization, teamwork, community development, leadership, and much more. These skills are gained best from experience. When we're looking at building a well-rounded resume in high school, we can look at 4 main areas to focus on: grades, standardized test scores, service, and leadership. I'm going to explain why each of these categories is important and tips on working to improve your roles in each of these areas. Let's start off with grades. Grades aren't everything, and they certainly aren't always a reflection of how smart you are. But by maintaining a high GPA in high school, you can show colleges that you're a serious, hardworking student. Do your best and push yourself by setting academic goals each term. Always ask for help when you're struggling. Challenge yourself by taking AP or dual credit classes, which will boost your weighted GPA. Don't forget that it's never too late to raise your GPA. Even if you're a sophomore or a junior and you don't like the looks of your GPA, it's more than worthwhile to work on improving it. At most major universities, a small increase in your GPA can mean thousands of dollars in merit-based scholarships. And an excellent GPA can get your foot in the door for high-level scholarships and highly competitive schools. The next area you can work on is test scores. That's right, the dreaded ACT and SAT. Because not all high schools provide the same academic experience, standardized test scores help colleges to understand your academic capabilities in comparison to students across your state and country. High school students often struggle to find the motivation to study for standardized tests. I know I did. But just like your GPA, small improvements in your standardized test scores can mean thousands more in scholarships and qualify you to apply for more competitive opportunities. There are a few things you can do to improve your score. First off, study. You can study using free online materials, a review book, or look for a course offered in your school or local community. Study materials are offered for both the SAT and the ACT. It can be difficult to motivate yourself to study, but even just an hour or two the weekends leading up to your exam could seriously improve your score. Take both the ACT and SAT to figure out which is best for you. Some people have a preference and score much better on one than the other. Take each test multiple times. If you don't get the score you want right away, that's all right. Colleges will accept your highest score, and some colleges will even take a super score, which bases your composite score on your best scores in each content area. Help yourself by finding proper accommodations. For a lot of people and families, it can be really hard to afford the cost of testing multiple times or even at all. And if that's the case for you, it's all good. Fee waivers are always available. Some people struggle with testing anxiety or a learning disability, which can make standardized testing really difficult. Accommodations like time extensions or a private testing area can really easily be made for you. Don't hesitate to talk to your school counselor, a teacher, or send us an email if you think you might be helped by this and need more information. Our next area to focus on in resume building is service. Service is when you volunteer your time and skills to benefit those around you and work towards a common goal. And it can be done through a lot of different activities depending on your skills and interests. Some really good examples of service are volunteering in an animal shelter, working at a soup kitchen, organizing a food drive, or participating in a community cleanup. These can all be listed as separate experiences on your resume. By having a record of consistent and frequent service, colleges get to see that you care about improving your community and you have experience working with others towards a positive goal, and that you can balance your time well enough to serve. Serve often in an area that you're passionate about. It can be difficult to motivate yourself to participate in service if you don't really care about the cause at hand, and that's okay. Everyone has different passions and interests, but by volunteering with an organization or group that you really care about, you'll find meaning, insights, and possible career paths, and even personal growth. Volunteer as often as you can. It's important to serve throughout your high school career and not just for a few weeks or months in order to show your commitment. Keep track of your service hours as you go. By the time senior year rolls around, it can be difficult to remember everything that you've done. Create a document which you can update once every few months with your service experiences. Our final area to focus on in resume building is leadership. By having leadership experiences, you can show colleges that you can influence people and create positive change. This can include being the captain of a sports team, organizing a community event, serving as an officer at a school club, or beginning your own initiative. Just like service, it's important to lead in areas that are important to you. Think about what you are most passionate about and go from there. This will make a much more meaningful and valuable experience. Work to create change through your leadership opportunities. Is there something that you've always seen going differently in your school or community? Be the person to create that change. Seek out leadership opportunities. They don't always come to you. Run for positions in clubs or organizations that you're interested in. Express interest in taking on more responsibility at work or in school. Ask teachers, counselors, and mentors for help finding leadership opportunities that are really well suited to your interests. Now we've gone over the 4 major areas of resume building in high school: grades, standardized test scores, service, and leadership. By working towards your goals in each of these areas and focusing on your passions and interests, you will have an impactful experience to share with colleges that you apply to. These experiences will help you grow as a person and define your individual values. It can be scary to start, but no matter where you are in your high school experience, it is never too late to start thinking about building your resume. And we're here to help. Here at Mountaineer Mentors, we really care about seeing high school students succeed. We know that this process can be hard as recent high school graduates, and we want to make it easier on you. We can help you develop a plan for involvement, find opportunities that you're interested in, understand exactly what you should list on your resume when applying to college, and much more. Please don't hesitate to send us an email at the email below, or whether you have a quick question about one of our videos or you want free one-on-one help. As always, thank you for listening and stay tuned for more information.